Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Zero Analyst. This is the video 10 of our SQL mock interview series. In this video, I'm going to take a SQL mock interview with one of our followers called Aditya. If you're planning for any data analyst role and if you have any upcoming data analyst interview, make sure to go through this whole video because you will be learning a lot of SQL concept in this video. Also, you'll be getting multiple recent asked SQL interview questions which you can solve. So let's start the video.
Yeah, so my name is Aditya. I'm from Barampur, Odisha. I'm currently working as an associate software engineer in Accenture. Uh, Prior to that, I completed my bachelor's of technology from Silicon Institute of Technology, Bhubaneswar, in the year 2023. So my primary skills include Python and SQL. Other than that, I'm comfortable with Excel and visualization tools such as Power BI.
Okay, great. And how long you have been working with Accenture for like in this role?
Uh, it's already 1 year, 2 months.
Okay, can you explain a little bit about your role, like what you do and what kind of
Uh,
things you do?
yeah, like my domain is Salesforce development, so I work there as a Salesforce developer.
Okay, got it. Perfect. Okay, so like what is your future goal? You have mentioned you wanted to become a data engineer, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so I think this call is more about like SQL, right?
right.
So perfect. So what are the things you're learning right now?
Uh, I'm practicing SQL. Like I have even solved more than 400 problems from various coding platforms. And other than that, I'm like learning Python, NumPy, Pandas, all those I'm practicing, interview question kind of things. And side by side, I'm also learning this Excel and Power BI.
Okay, got it. Perfect. So how would you rate yourself out of 10 in SQL? You've already solved 400 plus questions, so what would be your number? 1 to 10.
I'll rate 8 or 8.5.
Okay, so why 8.5? Why not 10? What is this scope?
There are few concepts which I'm not familiar with as of now, like indexes, views, stored procedures, and this recursive cities.
Okay,
So
sounds good. Okay, got it. Okay, so let's start with the I'm going to ask you a few questions. Okay, fundamentally, I would check your knowledge. Then I will be giving you some problem statement which you can write query to solve it. Okay, so you can share
yeah,
your screen and visit our website which is called zeroanalyst.com/SQL. So you'll be getting an ID to create table.
yeah, yeah. Is it visible?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
visible. Great. Okay, so can you write down all the SQL commands that we have?
SQL commands,
Commands, yes.
like DDL, DML, all those.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we have like DDL, DML, then we have DCL, TCL we have, and also we have like
DQL.
DQL, yeah.
One statement from each of this command. Can you write it down?
Okay, yeah. Create, mm, update, and
Yeah, one is
DCL
fine.
we
One is
have,
fine. Yeah.
yeah. So DCL we have grant, TCL is commit, and DQL we have select.
Yeah, that's perfect. Correct. Okay. So can you explain the difference between OLEP and OLTP? You know?
OLAP and no, I'm not familiar with that.
Okay. So OLEP is used for online analytical processing. Okay.
Okay.
OLTP is basically used for online transaction processing. So in the data engineering, mostly you will be kind of dealing with the data warehousing. Okay. You will be also
Yeah.
dealing with OLTP, like the transactional based databases like RDBMS, Postgres, SQL. Okay.
Okay.
MySQL. And similarly, you will also deal with the data warehousing concept. So just do some research about OLEP and OLTP.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Perfect. So now, can you explain one more difference I would want to know? Okay,
Mhm.
so that is going to be 1 second. So you have already mentioned you have not used Vue, right? So you may not have any idea about views. So I'm just going to skip that. Can you
Mhm.
Tell me like why we use primary key in a table. What will happen if you don't use a primary key? What is the importance of primary key?
Primary key is basically used to like identify a unique row, like identify each row uniquely. For suppose if we don't have a primary key, right? So we can have the duplicate rows and we can't able to identify those rows.
But we
So
can
to
use
identify
unique. We can use unique constraint. Then why we use primary key?
unique can contain null, but primary key cannot contain a null value. So this
That
is the
is
difference.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'll be asking you one more problem. Okay.
Yeah.
So give me a second. Okay. So can you tell me what is the difference between where condition and having condition in SQL?
Yeah. So where condition is basically used to filter the existing columns based on our requirement, and having condition is used to filter the aggregated columns after the group by. So after we have done group by some column or columns, then if we aggregate a column based on any of the aggregation function, so if we want to filter based on that condition, we use having. So where can be used with or without group by, but to use having, we must have used group by.
Okay, that is correct. Can you tell me the difference between select star count, okay, and count in the parenthesis column name?
Okay. So basically select count star uh, will give return us the total rows present in that table, and select count column name gives us the count of the total non-null values present in that column.
Absolutely correct. That's perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So last one more question. So can you tell me the difference between car and where car? Write it
Uh,
down here.
yeah.
Just go to the next line and write car and then next line write where car. Now you can explain the difference between car and where car with an example. Okay.
Yeah. So if we like give a data type car 10 to a column and where car 10. For example, there is a value called Ram. So even if it contains only 3 characters, car will assign all the 10 characters to it. May like the other 7 characters will be empty, but varchar only assigns 3 characters to this because it only has 3 characters, and the rest 7 characters can be utilized for some other thing.
That is perfect. Yeah. So basically, if you give where car, we can save space, right?
Yeah.
When you talk about car, it is going to consume more space. Let's imagine that you were defining a column data type is like 2000, 25,000 car, right?
Yeah.
So obviously that's going to take a lot of space. But if you define the varchar 25,000 or maybe 25 like still the limit is going to be the actual utilized, like the actual length of the text that you're going to insert. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
I think this is a great explanations. So last one question. Again, this is the last questions for
Yeah.
the theoretical part.
Yeah. Sure.
So can you explain what is normalizations in SQL? And for your knowledge, what are the different type of normalizations we have?
uh, Normalization I think is mainly used to reduce the redundancy of data inside a table. So if we have redundant data, it like the table will be inconsistent and the performance will also decrease. So to deal with that, we split the data into different tables. So that is called normalization, and we have first normal form, second normal form, third normal form, and BCNF, Boyce code normal form.
Okay. What is the difference between BCNF and third normalizations form?
Uh, I'm not able to recall it now.
Okay, no issue. So in BCNF, you would need to have a primary key. In third
Okay.
normalizations, you don't need the primary key, and rest everything remains same. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to give you some problem statement which you can write query to solve it. Okay. So you can
Yeah,
clear this input that you have entered here. So let's first give you a simple problem statement that was asked in one of the company. Okay. So
okay.
let's check PG admin 4. So it is based on a cinema hall ticket and data. Okay.
Okay.
Let me first get you the problem statement. Okay, so I'm just giving you the data in the Teams chat. Okay. So you would just need to check the message and you will be finding this data sets. Okay. So I have sent it now. So run this query. It's going to insert the data and create a table for the cinema hall. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me explain the problem statement. You have a table which is with two columns for the cinema hall. One is called ID and one is called status. In the
Okay.
status, we have 0 and 1. Okay, 0 means the seat is available, 1 means the seat is taken. Okay,
Okay.
now there are three friends together. They basically they're just looking, they're looking for three tickets so that they can sit together and watch the film. Okay, now you need to
Okay.
write a SQL query that is going to basically check if we have three seat available together. If yes, then you would basically tell that yes, we have three seat available for you guys. So how you're going to write your query to check if we have a three seat together available? If yes, how? So you can write the query and to kind of solve the problem.
Okay. So like we just need to return if it's available or not, or we need to return the IDs also.
Yeah, you can return the ID as well. That is fine. But the condition is that three seat must be together. If you see the data, we have a 0, 0, 0 starting
Yeah.
from 4 to 6, correct? We can see it, but usually you would not be able to see it. So let's say we want to kind of see if in case it is available, how you're going to write it.
Okay. Let comma. Oh, zero. So okay. So we again want to reuse this query, so we can use it as subquery or CTE. So for now, I'm using it as subquery T1. to 0. Status. Mm, what's the problem? Mm, Next equal to 0. Lag, lead. Okay. 4, 5, 6. Oh, shit. Previous, next. Yeah, so I think this will give the answer.
Okay, so can you explain?
Yeah. So basically, lag and lead functions return the previous value of the column. So for every like record, we are checking the last two and the next two. So after
Mm-hmm.
that, like for this record, we have this is available and the next two are available. So this can be one condition, which is status equal to 0, next equal to 0, and the second next is 0. And for this record, it's like the 5 itself is available and the previous one is available and the next one is available. So we can check that status 0, previous 0, and next is 0. And for this 6, it itself is available and the previous available and the second previous is also available. So for
Okay,
this, yeah.
got it. Now, from here, we want to find out the first seat number and the last seat number
Like from the resultant,
from the available, right? So that's let's say you were saying that we have a slots which is 6 to kind of 6, 5, and 4, right?
yeah.
So we would want to now know the first seat number and the last seat number from where it is available to where.
Okay.
So in your result, it's kind of should be the first seat number is going to be 4. So we can tell them that, hey, we have the seat from 4 to 6. Will you be interested?
Okay. So we again want to reuse. So I'm storing it in CTE as when of ID. Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's great. So what I would feel is that kind of instead of you kind of created really complex. Okay. So instead of that,
Mm-hmm.
what you could have done is basically simple way. You could only use kind of leg. First of all, you will be getting the ID and the current status. Okay.
Okay.
So then you would get basically use a leg to check the previous status, the previous city status, leg
Okay.
kind of one. Okay. Then you
Yeah.
use one more leg two to check the previous to previous record. So you have access to kind of the current record directly, the previous record using leg one, and then previous record using kind of leg two.
Yeah.
Then you just need to check if it is available. Then maybe you can put them, kind of, maybe in the where conditions, and you can simply select that wherever all the status is kind of zero, you will be getting the result.
Okay.
Okay, so simply only using leg also you can achieve it. That's going to be kind of less complex. In the where condition, you just need to say kind of, first of all, you need to store the data in a kind of subquery or CTE. Then in the where condition, you would say that the current seat is kind of a zero. The previous seat is zero, which you got using leg one. Then you would say previous
Yeah.
two seat is zero, which you also got using leg two. So
Okay. Okay.
you will be getting the result. Okay, I hope you got it right.
Yeah. Yeah. I got it.
Okay. All right. So perfect. I will be giving you one more problem statement. Okay.
Okay.
So give me 1 second. So you can erase everything on this, whatever you have right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just sharing you the data set in the chat box. Okay. And I'm also sharing the question. Okay. So you can kind of copy paste the question as well for comment it out so that you can read it. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want, let me explain. Okay. It
Yeah.
says identify the product. So first of all, this maintain the pricing of different product. Okay. So in this
Okay.
table, we have product ID, we have the price change date, and the discount amount for a specific date. So if the discount amount is zero, that means for that day, there is no price change. Okay. If the
Okay.
discount amount is 10, that means the price has increased. Discount amount is 15, the price has increased. So if you see it here for different product, we have different discount amount. Sometimes it is zero. Okay. So what it says, it's identify the product where the discount percentage increase for the 2 consecutive days or more, return their product ID and the start date of this increase streak. Okay, let's say for the product ID 101, you can see the first day the possibility we have, which is kind of the 10% increase. The second day also we have the, which is the 2nd of December, that is 15% increase. And third we have a kind of, which is 20% increase. So here if you see for this, it has continuously increasing the price. So the what we would want to see is that the product ID 101 and the first date, which is going to be the 1st December. So same patterns we need to find out for each product, and the first date of this starting of this streak, when it increase started.
Okay. Okay. So we only want to return the product ID and the first streak date, right?
Yes, correct.
Like, can I get few seconds to come with an approach? Okay. So I think, yeah, this gives the output.
What do you think if there would be multiple streak for the same product?
Okay, so we have to return the price date of every streak.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think even then also it will work.
Yeah, I was just checking. So this
Okay.
is correct because here what you're saying is that you're first accessing, you're by default getting the current discount percentage, then you are
Yeah.
checking the next discount and the next discount, and then you are checking that if in case the next discount is greater than the today's discount, and then the previous next and the next discount is greater than the next discount, right? So if
Yeah.
that condition satisfy, I want to see all the rows, and from there you are basically getting only the product where the prices increase over times, right? Like at least for
Yeah.
more than
Right.
a kind of 2 consecutive days. Then you are returning the product ID and the price date. Now if there could be multiple streak, sometime it will kind of go back, I mean zero, then there would be same product entry in the futures, right? So it will
Right.
kind of still work. Okay, perfect. Now I have one more problem statement on this same data sets, as you're already working in this data sets. Now the business are saying that, okay, let me just share the problem statement, then I will explain. Okay,
Okay.
so you can just copy paste and comment it out this question.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says find the product that maintain the same discount percentage for all dates in the data set, return their product ID. Very simple one. So I
Okay.
just want to see how you would kind of approach this and how you would solve it.
Like, can you again explain the question?
Yeah. So there could be some product, okay, for which
Okay.
the discount percentage maintain the same for all this. Let's say we have a data set of, let's say, December, okay, starting
Okay.
from the 1st December to like today, which is 6 or 7, right? So the price discount percentage should maintain same. Like it's kind of from the 1st December it was 15, the 2nd December it was 15, then for 3rd December it is 15. So for
Okay.
all the dates the discount maintains same. So basically the discount has not increased or decreased.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Like for the all the dates present here, or we should partition by some month or year.
No, like all the dates present here. So let's say you are working with the data of kind of one specific month at the moment. So business simply want to see that all the product where the discount percentage maintain same.
Okay, okay, got it. Select. We have to only return the product ID, right?
Yes.
What one? So yeah, here there is no record like that. So I think
Mm-hmm.
this will work.
So can you explain?
Yeah, first from this table we are doing a group by on product ID. For all the
Mm-hmm.
products, there will be different groups for 101, 102, 103.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
for that we are counting the distinct discount percentage. Like how to say it,
How you're dealing with the date?
date. It's not dealing with the date because you said for all the dates we should, like for all the records we should say
Have the
that.
same percentage price, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So my point is
So
that let's go back to the data set and let's try to make some changes in the product, right?
okay,
So in the data set insert statement, here add a product called maybe 105. Okay, 105.
yeah,
And the first date we have, which is called the the first one, you can just copy paste it, 2024 1201.
yeah,
Percentage is 5%, comma
5. Okay.
5. Okay, now give a comma.
Hmm.
Now edit for all the available dates. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, like till 4 date we have the data. So for the same
Okay.
product, we were going to add for all 4 date 5%. Okay, but just change the date here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I can execute the query.
So it's returning product ID 105, which is constant.
Yes, so that is correct. So here we are simply checking the distinct discount percentage, right? So
Right.
if the percentage chance, it is going to kind of
The count will
it is going
also
to be filter
increase.
out. First of all, it's going to
Yeah.
be filter out in this
Yeah.
distinct
Right.
percentage because the
Hmm.
distinct percentage for the same product has to be same.
Yeah.
Okay, now there could be a different conditions. Okay, because there is a possibility that if in case we add the same product, okay, and
Hmm.
the date, if you go to the data insert data again and change the third date price to kind of maybe 15 percentage, okay, instead of 5, the percentage change to 15. Can you now run
Okay.
it?
Yeah. There won't be any record.
Correct. Yeah. So this is what I wanted to check in. All right. I think that is it. Thank you so much for joining in. So you would want to know anything else?
So like I have a doubt in some concepts like for data engineering and data analyst role, there are some concepts which are not required or less required. So I have a confusion in that. For suppose there are topics such as triggers, cursors. Are these really important or
Okay, sure. I'll clear that. So first of all, talking about the interview feedback, you did amazing, I would say. Whatever the knowledge you had, you have clearly mentioned that in the interview, which is kind of a positive sign. Instead of telling I know everything, you have mentioned that I kind of know these things. Okay, and this is the
yeah,
reason I'm rating myself kind of 8.5. You have
yeah,
kind of validated that why you are rating 8.5, which is great. Second, fundamentally, I guess you have really strong foundations knowledge in SQL for the topic that you kind of already know. Okay, which is
yeah.
great again. for the topic which you do not know you're learning. So we can just maybe instead of telling that I kind of do not know, you can say I'm kind of currently learning kind of triggers, and because you can tell that
Yeah,
way that is going to create a positive impact. Okay.
sure, sure.
Now talking about how you're approaching to solve the problem, I kind of like it. Okay. Just one little suggestion here. When you are getting the problem statement, first I would recommend you to kind of take more time. First,
Okay,
see the data sets, explore the columns. You can also ask some cross question, which you did, which is kind of part of I would say great. But you
yeah,
can spend more time first visualize how you're going to get the answer. You can even explain your approach with the interviewer that I think this is the approach I have in my mind, so I would be using this approach before just
sure, sure.
jumping to write the query. Because sometimes what will happen, maybe the interviewer will give you some suggestions, right? So that's a good
Yeah,
way of kind of showing that you already know to approach, right? So you can
yeah.
say I can solve it using this approach. I can use a leg, or I can use a lead and leg, or I can use XYG, something. So that will
Okay,
kind of make the interviewer more, I would say, impressed. Okay. The second is that when you are kind of again writing the query, you can also keep again, you don't have to keep on talking, but you can keep explaining like, okay, so I'm now kind of using a leg so that I'll be kind of ranking this whatever it is. So that is how the interview will be a little bit more engaging, but again, so
sure,
it
sure.
may again distract you as well. So if it is possible to implement, you can implement it. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Now, talking to your question, which you have asked, like the triggers, one you have
Yeah,
asked, one is for cursor, and one is, I guess, you are asking for stored procedures, right?
yeah.
So, my point is that do you have a fear with this topic that this is difficult or this is confusing?
No, 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 not like that. But
Okay.
usually I haven't seen like I watched all your videos and they are mostly on this window functions, joins and everything. But and
So that is
also
the interview question that you have seen, right?
right, right,
See, in the interview question, nobody is going to give you kind of created triggers.
right. Okay.
Tell me the syntax, right? I mean, very less, I would say, because they
Yeah.
would want to see the problem statement. I don't want to see how well you are writing the syntax.
Okay.
Correct. I would want to see how you are thinking to a problem, how you are approaching to a problem, how you are solving the problem. Because trigger you can create using ChatGPT, using AI, but you need to have this fundamental understanding. Correct. If I
Okay.
explain what is triggers, why we use triggers, so you should know. Now, talking about the data engineering part, the triggers, stored procedures, and cursor, these are really, really important concept even
Okay.
for the data analyst role as well. There could be in the interviewer, because interviewer can also ask like, can you explain what is kind of stored procedures, what is parameters in stored procedures, what is you can say variables in stored procedures, why do you need variables? Okay, can we do the things without variables, why would need parameters, right? In interview
Okay.
maybe they will not give you kind of, okay, write a stored procedure, because writing a stored procedures need a lot of things, lot of tables, lot of take a lot of time. Okay,
Right.
but they may want to see why we use stored procedures. At least you should know that, right? Now that
Yeah.
you will be only able to explain once you know once you know what is stored procedures, how we create it, once you create some stored procedures at least. Okay, so answer to your question is yes, it is very important to both the role. For data engineering, it is must. For data analyst
Okay.
also, it is, I would say, important, not maybe mandatory, but trigger is definitely must. And nowadays companies are putting multiple checks in the interview. So I would say it is still a must. Okay, not
Yeah.
very difficult to learn. You just need to create few triggers. It's going to be very, very easy for you. You can start with PSQL and you can create some triggers. I already have published one of the video with
Yeah. Yeah.
multiple
Yeah.
example. So you can go through that, re-implement it in your problem statement, create the table, then see why we are creating triggers. Okay. Talking about cursor, I also kind of publish a few video in my Python series where I have shown
Okay.
you how to use cursor to kind of access SQL inside the Python script. Because if you are building some automations, which is automatically going to get you the data and then do some kind of maybe cleaning or maybe some filtering, then you export the data, then kind of you connect that with a maybe dashboard or something. So when you will be doing automation, so you need to use cursor a lot, because inside the Python script you would use cursor to access and the data, right,
Okay.
inside the cursors. So very important. And the stored procedure is also very important, very easy to learn. I'm kind of working on creating a simply I would say simple video which will explain this concept. But yeah, very important. Okay,
Yeah.
anything else you want to ask?
No, no, like all clear for now.
Okay, thank you so much for joining in today, and thank you so much for giving your precious time. I wish you all the best and perform well, or maybe better than this in the real interview. Keep practicing, keep learning. Join our Discord community where I have already 400 plus questions added. So try to kind of solve those questions, and if you see come across any new questions, so do share that with the bot. So bot is going to kind of add that in the database. I mean, our team is going to verify that, then we will be adding that if you see any really challenging question which may help others as well. Okay, because
Yeah,
more questions we solve, somehow our problem solving skills increase more, right? Okay,
right, right.
thank you. All
Yeah.
right, take care. Bye
Thank
bye,
you.
see you.
Bye.